Okay, so I had a commentary for the Olympics, but the problem is specifically the finale, which was Danny and versus Phil. But yeah, freaking NBC just blocked it, just like freaking like right away, just like right away. And I was like, yeah, no, no, I'm not gonna freaking put a commentary of this if I'm gonna be easily blocked. So, and I know there's other ways around it. I'm good. I'm good. I'll just talk about it. That's it. There's so much that happened at the Olympics. I can go off on people's opinions on what I seen, but just by feeling alone, because usually I was having this idea of organizing my notes of what I seen through here, but I don't really see the point of that because this channel is not really that active in that sense. But I know that I had to make something like this, especially now after seeing all of this unfold. I wanted to actually just, tell you what I witnessed minutes ago as I'm recording this because the winner was announced. It was pretty much unanimous. And also, like, I technically wasn't wrong. I said Victor was gonna win, but he did win bronze, so that's still a win, especially in the history within breaking now. I mean, Canada is having a field day. The fact that, I know that Canada always had like a history of breaking that will, it's basically untouched. But from what I've seen, especially France, US, and also from the other countries itself, it's crazy how these are the three countries. I mean, USA obviously because I'm from, Oakland, but these are nations that kind of inspired me in a sense of breaking, and I seen the level of what they had and pretty much giving back to them when it comes down to the medals that they deserve. All the hard work to actually achieve this is a big deal. It's a lot to take in from my point of view because I can't take it all in. I have to make a separate kind of vid to actually have it, but by feeling alone, because I just want the immersion of just like, as if I was there, even though I wasn't. I just watch it through my Peacock, which I spent. By the way, the moment I was like, I knew I had to watch it live. I bought a Peacock, okay, subscription, a Peacock subscription. That's where you get a Peacock. I call it Peacock, not Peacock TV or something. No, I just call it the Peacock, the cock, okay. But the thing is that I wanted to see it, all of it, every inch of just like from the breaks to the people talking about it to the live interaction of just, well, not interaction because there's no chat on Peacock, but basically the moments that it was unfolding as I was watching all this on, basically being set in, because we're living in historic times of just breaking alone, that it has achieved this far, seeing like, from seeing Dan, and also Leggett at the Olympics, and this in from the qualifiers, and these are two that been pretty much around for years, and especially how the trio Choco, R.I.P. Tonio, and it felt like the spirit of Tonio went, since he like, because, he passed away a long time ago and he was a deep friend from Danny Dan. And I saw the documentary and it was heartbreaking, from Leggett and Danny. Like I feel for them, and pretty much they did this for them. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it's such an emotional and yet beautiful way of just like sending, that, love for him, and pretty much as well as Lee versus Leggett, two ruggeds. So there was like connections from this, and especially how, Victor first booed because Hero 10, and Hero 10 had like an emotional moment. People say he deserves to win, and it was the first time that I kind of even saw people that are not in breaking, that at least from my sense, because this is the Olympics, a lot of people that are just not in the community are just witnessing this, and they get a little taste. They get a little taste of what it's like to be, what it feels like to, for unfairness in terms of just like, oh, he deserves to win. How this is unfair. Yeah, they're getting a freaking taste of it finally, right? Because there's just been a lot of talk within breaking in the Olympics, from opinions that are just like, oh, what is this party dance doing here? What is this break dance, freaking doing, like, as if they, oh, I haven't seen, this is stupid. Oh, this is pretty much all. And you got a good amount of people that are like what? How is it stupid? Like this is like from compare this to and I think Gravity said it best when I saw his like live stream and also his reaction to all this because I was seeing a whole bunch of takes and live streams of my pretty much live streams were all over the place because I follow a lot of b-boys and b-girls and they were commentating on all this unfold. Crazy Legs, Pro for One, freaking Break Free, and Gravity said like what he said, like he basically said like, yeah, damn right that freaking breaking deserves to be in the Olympics. Damn right that because you got freaking artistic swimming, you got artistic freaking horse walking. It just really never made sense why breaking, just doesn't deserve to be in the Olympics. It deserves to be in the Olympics more than anything else. It's more of a sport. It's more of a, and the thing is that people have opinions of it being a sport or not, how it's real to the culture. I'm just one person. I'm a nobody, but I will say that yeah, it's in the Olympics because breaking has evolved into basically everything. From if you see it as an art form, from your purpose is to actually get a sponsorship, from your purpose of winning a competition like Red Bull or Battle of the Year or maybe your hometown jam, from and even though like breaking for the most part from what I know it doesn't have a home because I mean I wish there was a place that I can just go breaking without people questioning. If I skateboard I would never had that people, but when I break people think I'm performing when I just want to break. I didn't break to actually show off, or maybe in some cases I do, but what I feel like doing, when I feel like I want to do some top rocks, some footwork, the same thing that when my dad feels like he wants to go golfing, when somebody wants to go swimming, when somebody wants to go skydiving, it should be treated the same way when it comes down to breaking. People just want to freaking break. They just want to dance because it makes them feel good. And I guess that's where I'm at with breaking, is that I just want to break because I just want to break. I don't question myself whenever I play video games. Like, why do you want to play video games, Vince? That's not your business. Maybe I just want to freaking play video games. Maybe I just want to play Metal Gear. Like, leave me alone, So that's what I want to see what's changed in breaking, because there is got to be a lot of changes within breaking from other eyes and stuff like that. And also, speaking of story times that are we living in, Snoop Dogg, I don't know if he was there seeing this. He was there in the B Girls because the B Girl qualifiers was getting the most recognition because of Raygon, because of how dope this girl with that pretty much has the name that is almost like in the closest vein of the N word. Nicka, and the moment I say it, shoot, people are gonna be like, oh man, you're offensive, even though, pretty much no one like knows what race I am really because you can't see my face. But and also logistics, just with the hoop earrings and just going at it at everyone, the Ukrainians battling everybody, Kate and Stephanie, and also not Aki, Ayumi, 41, the oldest in the B-girl qualifications, and pretty much this is mostly about the b-boy battles, but I just want to give recognition in the b-girls because they were killing it, and especially you see a bit of like Sunny's battled flavor going in, that smile, that freaking smile of blood. Like the moment that Sunny smiles, like you gotta run, get out of there right now, because if b-girl Sunny smiles, it's over for basically anyone that is going up against, especially Nika. Especially India. Damn, what a battle. But and also the round robin, I don't know stand that, and also come on, Talash, is that her name? We all know she's gonna lose. That's there's a reason. I guess the Olympics were very smart of like putting her in just the qualifiers and just having that one round alone, because they know how dope India is. And I feel like within this whole thing that breaking being part of the Olympics, they have did their homework from the music, from what the stage should be, from what the I guess the security, they did a good job, even though there wasn't nothing crazy. There was a lot of security in the Olympics. I saw vlogs about it, and there's a lot. I'm not in France yet, but there was from the looks of it, there was a lot of security, a lot of pricing. Man, a certain amount to actually get up in the freaking Eiffel Tower must be almost millions at this point. But yeah, it just seems like pretty much what was his name? The B-girl section of all this was getting most of the attention. And pretty much, of course, I gotta mention, the one thing, that's basically the elephant in the room is B-girl Ray Gun. which I never heard about. And people are like, that never really heard of ray gun are usually the ones that are never heard of breaking, and it's kind of like not a good look because the only thing they focus on is it's freaking ray gun. Why is it that? And this is the same thing, like, oh, you don't care about, like, for example, if there was like a tennis match, or Wimbledon, is that what it's called? Tennis, I'm not part of that community, but, I can respect it, Serena Williams. But if there was a fight, or remember that Serena thing with this Japanese girl, this, well, basically black and, or American Japanese girl, I believe, she's like black and Japanese, but she, Serena went off on her and something, I think in Wimbledon. I'm not sure, and maybe it's Wimbledon, maybe not, I don't freaking know. I'm not in the tennis community, I'm in the breaking community, okay? But the only thing that is morally remembered is basically that freaking outburst that Serena Williams had. And no one cared about anything else. So the moment they saw Ray Gun, it was another thing just to, especially they don't care about, like, the non-breakers. And I'm not going to say names, but they were talking, they were also like seeing the moves. It was cool and stuff. And they were like, even though they were like not really into it, but they can appreciate, which I respect. But they mostly focus on Ray Gun. They mostly, like, everybody that is not in this culture, focus on Ray Gun. And I can happily say that I don't know Ray Gun. I never seen her. I never really, like, maybe I'm not that connected within breaking culture in Australia, other than Team Cream. B-boys and B-girls from Australia might know who I'm talking about. B-boy Monster, and also, like, during the time in the Red Bull, when it was like on its peak. J-Attack, is dope, but also, like, I know B-Boy Low and I know Papito long time ago, so that's my history when it comes to breaking from Australia. And of course, like, this other guy that, B-Boy Thesis is friends with, which I kind of, Will Star, I think his name is, but Ray Gun, I don't know who Ray Gun is. Never really seen her compete at all. And when people say, like, oh, they just freaking grab her from the street, even though, like, obviously they're joking, and obviously she's, like, been competing, but the thing is that, yeah, where did Ray Gun even came from? Because I'd never heard of her at all. Never really see her in qualifiers or of any of the breaking for gold, and from, like, Shanghai and LA, and also, like, other places to compete to get to the Olympics. So I don't know where, and listen, B-girl Talash from Afghanistan is different because she's part of the refugee camp, and also has a scholarship within breaking, which is kind of crazy. But with Ray Gun, I never heard of her, but unfortunately she's the most famous one because of her weird moveset. That freaking kangaroo move, what the heck is that? What the heck? And all these B-girls are dope. They're smoking everyone, they're freaking, like, going savage at everyone, but no one cares about that because they only care about the Ray Gun, because apparently she's a star and she's the funniest. When it comes down to the B-boy battles, of course, the most funniest is Phil Wizard, and he won. And pretty much now that he's getting a lot of attention and stuff like that, and especially that the whole, thing with Hero, supposed to be winning against Victor, and Victor getting booed and stuff like that. So that's questionable. But yeah, historic times in the Olympics has to have its moments, nothing really flows, smoothly or whatever. But this is history in the making. This is history in the books, because breaking is going to be remembered as something much more than, from its music, from its, clothing, from its style. Breaking has a lot of personality. You can think about, like, skateboarding when the X Games was a thing back in the day or something. Not, of course it's a thing, like, in the Olympics, but when it was, like, in the video games, when it was, like, in the, like, and that's what I'm hoping. Like, after this break thing, the only achievement that I hope, like, one is the Olympics, but also two is a freaking good B-boy video game. There's games that involve breaking, that are out there for sure. I can name it top of my head, B-boy, like in the PS2 and PSP, and also the Floor Wars, which just sucks. But I really want a good one that actually represents breaking to its utmost core, because there's maybe B-boys and B-girls, that they, there's ones that actually collab when it comes down to just like doing like, I don't know, emotes in Fortnite and PUBG, but I really, really want an actual B-boy video game where you play as Victor, you play as Flea Rock, you play as Roxrai. You can, play as them in terms of doing their moves, having a bit of a storyline, like understanding where Victor came from or where these other B-boys came from. Customize your own B-boys. Like, how is that hard? Just out of the bloom, there was another parkour game, and that's not in the Olympics. But we can't have another B-boy game, another breaking game. That's the only thing I wish we had. But other than that, hopefully the Olympics strike that, because let me tell you, Olympics been going through this roller coaster of just like from sponsorships to, crazy things happening in the community, controversies, and also just it being, talked about, it being mocked in the community. Well, not in, like in the breaking community, but basically in the sports network and stuff, not taking it seriously and just calling it this and that and not understanding it. Because the one thing about breaking that I see that, many of these other people that talk about, not naming names, especially this one show that actually talk about breaking, and also they clown it to our core, and like, saying that, oh, they're just making vocabulary up, oh, they're just making stuff up, oh, this is stupid, or stuff like that, when they should understand that this is a freaking battle dance. I guarantee you none of those men in that freaking room, the show that I'm talking about, would ever have the guts to go up against an actual b-boy, because you won't go against a rapper, you won't go against a freaking graffiti writer, you won't go against like somebody in the scene, like somebody from like not only from like, the hood, but actually from the culture, from the scene, from the underground. They wouldn't have guts to do that, so they just feel tough just to talk it out, and like in their own freaking show acting almighty when they don't know the freaking culture. It's kind of, someone called me, I was interrupted. This is why I don't record videos during the day, because either my boss calling me or my parents or whatever, I don't freaking know. But yeah, I forget what I was saying. Breaking is like a big thing, and hopefully the numbers will be big enough for it to be in the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics. I know that it's been closed, it's already announced, but hey, you never know. You never know. Listen, I don't know, because I don't know what's going on in the like, underground Olympics, in terms of like, what their strategy of, getting, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not in behind the scenes of the freaking Olympics. So you never know. They might look at these numbers like, yeah, we kind of need breaking so we can make another payments and stuff like that. Oh, think about the music dropping, you like, there's many ideas to make it happen. But other than that, yeah, this is a big deal. Gotta go, I'm busy. I'll see you when I see you. Let me tell you, Peacock did a good job. Also, freaking Kid David and Ronnie did an amazing job, as well as commentating the whole thing in English. It was pretty well done. And I'm out. I believe there's more stuff that I missed, but who knows at this point. One love and a peace. God bless.